How you doing, Cali Crowd? By popular demand, today we'll be going through a bodyweight pull workout that you can use, tailor and apply to your own training. This is very much a prototypical pull workout that I use personally, but the exercises are all very scalable too, so no matter what your level may be, everybody can give it a go, everybody can benefit. In terms of the muscles that will primarily be worked today, prepare to earn your wings because the lats will be doing a lot of the heavy lifting. But to be honest, you're going to leave here feeling your whole upper back, rear delts and even your core has got a good work in. We'll be targeting a lot of reps in this workout as the goal of this session is to really build up that capacity so that we can later develop the muscles built here into strength that we can use to master more advanced pulling bodyweight exercises or calisthenic skills. If you want a quick warm-up routine that you can use before this session, then one will be linked down in the description below. But let's jump straight into the first exercise. A little bit of a curveball, it is the hanging knee raise. Now you may be wondering what the hell hanging knee raise is doing in a pull routine. Core exercises tend to be placed at the end of a workout almost as an afterthought, and this aims to remedy that. Setting your core before starting a workout has huge benefit to long-term strength gains as a whole, encouraging stability and plugging any energy leaks or movement inefficiencies as we go. But also there's the fact that we're getting an isometric contraction on many of the muscles that will be working later on in the session. Isometrics being a great way of priming our muscles for work and doubling down on that mind-muscle connection. In the knee raise, look to keep the feet ahead of the body line and slowly bring the knees to the chest. Breathe out on the way up and in on the way down to ensure the diaphragm is working with the other muscles in your core. Look to do this for 10 reps, 3 sets with 90-second rest in between. The next exercise belongs in every pull routine. It is the king of pulling movements. I am of course talking about the pull-up. With the pull-up, we work the lats, biceps, traps, rhomboids and many more muscles. Here I'm demoing the hollow body pull-up as I personally feel this is the pull-up variation that has the most application to calisthenics, particularly calisthenic skills. Compared to the traditional pull-up where we allow the back to arch and get the chest to the bar, in the hollow body pull-up, the arms are slightly ahead of the chest, so we shift the focus away from the biceps and more to the teres major. This pull-up variation is slightly more difficult as it takes an ever so slightly more scenic route than the traditional pull-up as we get around the bar. For this reason, I'll link to my video on pull-up progression, so if you struggle with the hollow body pull-up, then feel free to pick one of the other progressions instead. We're going to be doing these for 8 reps where we look to explode upwards but hold a slow controlled negative on the way down. 4 sets is what we're going for with 90-second rest in between. Moving on to the second exercise now, which is around horizontal pulling, and for that we'll be utilizing the bodyweight row. What I love most about the bodyweight row is that scaling this movement couldn't be easier as it is simply a matter of foot position. Having them further forward for harder, further back closer to the bar to make it easier. Look to bring the chest as close to the bar as possible, but it is not 100% necessary for the chest and the bar to make contact. The main reason for this cue is that it encourages us to drive the shoulders back and get the rhomboids firing, but also to get the chest loud and proud in thoracic extension. Horizontal pulling is the ginger adopted stepchild of basic calisthenics movement and frequently gets overlooked. But as a movement pattern, you will struggle to find anything better for postural correctness and general upper back health. We'll look to do this for 8 reps over 4 sets, again exploding upwards and slow on the way down. On the last rep of each set, hold a 10-second isometric and fight for that thoracic extension, and rest for 90 seconds between sets. The third exercise is the ring face pull. We spend so much time with our shoulders internally rotated, and then compound this by training exercises that develop our internal rotation muscles. The ring face pull is a great way to work the external rotators for good scapular hygiene in a way that benefits calisthenics because we can drive more force through a stable shoulder rather than one that's experiencing an imbalance between external and internal rotation forces. Common mistake with the ring face pull is that people go way too heavy way too soon. If you try to treat this exercise like a horizontal pulling exercise, then you'll lose the focus of the original goal. Take your ego out of the equation and only lean back far enough so that your hands can be fully pulled back at the apex of the contraction. 10 reps, 3 sets, 90-second break in between. The final set is a superset, a triple threat superset to be precise. We're going to start the superset with 6 scapular pull-ups where we go from a deep elevated scapular position to pulling ourselves into scapular depression and retraction simultaneously. This exercise is great for conditioning the shoulders so that we have a stable base for all pulling movements. But from the scapular pull-up, we're going to go straight into the second step of this superset, which is a 10-second isometric top hold. Aim to get the chin over the bar, hold tension throughout your core and legs, and really squeeze those shoulder blades down and back. Then we're going to wrap this superset up with a 5-second pull-up negative. Make sure it's actually 5 seconds for this so that you're not cheating yourself. So again, the full superset will be 6 scapular pull-ups with the 10-second top hold and a 5-second pull-up negative. Do this superset twice as a finisher with a 60-second break in between, and your lats will know what time it is. For reference, this is the full workout. Screenshot this if you would like to give it a go away from this video. Try out this workout, crowd. Let me know how it goes down in the comment section below. I'm really keen to understand how this has worked for you, because this is essentially my bread and butter. This is what I use to get stronger at calisthenics. But otherwise, crowd, keep going with your calisthenics, and I'll see you in the next one.